Hello and welcome to the weekly wrap. So this week hasn't been as action-packed as previous weeks, given that we have had that Thanksgiving holiday over in the US. But nonetheless, OPEC took centre stage this week. So in the past few months, WTI and Brent prices, they've continued to slide amid the continuing global glut of oil supplies. So there's been a lot of debate recently whether OPEC would make an adjustment to that 30 million barrel per day reduction target, with some analysts suggesting that a 500,000 or 1.5 million barrel per day cut to that quota would be necessary. However, as the week progressed, it became more and more apparent that OPEC weren't actually going to take any action, despite the slide in oil prices. So if WTI and Brent, they continued to slide throughout the week heading into the announcement, with some analysts suggesting that by the time the official announcement was to be made, a lot of this move would have already been priced in. However, this wasn't actually the case. WTI and Brent prices, they continue to slide up until the end of trade this week, with WTI seeing the week out well below that $70 per barrel level. However, the ramifications of the OPEC decision wasn't strictly confined to the energy complex, so a lot of global oil suppliers, including the likes of Royal Dutch Shell, BP, Exxon and Chevron, they very much felt this squeeze, given the ramifications for their business. Despite there being some boosts for airline names as it will lower their cost, it was very much a negative for global equity markets, with oil-linked commodity currencies also being pretty much affected by this. So the Russian ruble, the Mexican peso, the Canadian dollar and the Norwegian krone also very much feeling the squeeze. So elsewhere this week, the ECB potential QE programme has been a key source of debate, given the increasing rhetoric we've seen from the central bank, which has also subsequently seen Tier 1 investment banks adjust their base case scenario from a no to a potential yes for a QE programme, with some eyeing the first half of 2015 as a likely time, despite the legal hurdles which will face the ECB. So we did see the source comments which does suggest the ECB will want to wait for more time, so given that we do have that TLTRO programme upcoming in December, so it's likely next week the ECB will stand pat on taking any action, but nonetheless this will continue to be a key source of focus as the time does get nearer and nearer, with the recent OPEC decision also hampering the ECB's attempts at getting the inflation back on track. So that's all from me, and I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend.